Hey there. Here we have Falls Lake, located in northern Raleigh. To the left of us we have the Neuse River. The water you see here, it flows into that right there, which contains a turbine. The water gets turbined, and energy and electricity goes to wires located underneath this, to a plant behind these trees that we have behind us.
Alright, here we have the major water dam, and the water flows through here. Depending on the water levels, you can get different types of needed electricity for the city. So this is where the water flows out. The more water, the more electricity, and that's it. Yeah.
This is Hydropower by Forrest Heller, Thomas Bernhardt, Danny Rosenblum, and David Foy. The basics of hydropower. Hydropower is energy that comes from the force of moving water. The fall and movement of water is part of a continuous natural cycle called the water cycle. Gravity drives the water, moving it from high ground to low ground, which can create an extremely powerful force. And here you have a diagram of the water cycle. Basically, it shows how precipitation moves and evaporation takes it, and it goes into the river and dams. Continued. Hydropower is called renewable because it is continuously replenished by the Earth's precipitation. This is caused by the sun evaporating in the oceans and rivers, creating water vapor that condenses into clouds. They eventually release the moisture to Earth as precipitation, and the cycle repeats. Its major use, hydroelectricity's major use is for electricity, and its productivity overall for the U.S. is 5.9%. The history of hydropower. Hydropower originally started with the Greeks over 2,000 years ago with aqueducts, a form of irrigation used to transport water to local villages or cities. It also was used to grind wheat into flour by using water wheels. The evolution of the modern hydropower turbine began in the mid-1700s when a French hydraulic and military engineer, Bernard Forest de Bellador, wrote Architecture hydraulique. Using this method, lumber mills and other factories were able to pump water much more efficiently. Here you have a diagram of his work. How hydropower works. A hydropower plant has three parts. A power plant where energy is created, a dam that can be opened or closed to regulate movement, or a pool where water can be stowed. And here's a diagram of the typical hydroelectric dam. You can see right about here is the reservoir, and the water goes down into the turbines, spins them, and it's pumped back out into the river. Okay, how hydropower works, part 2. To create electricity, a dam opens its doors to let water from the pool above to flow down through large tubes called penstocks, where the fast-moving water spins. The blades of turbines are connected to generators to produce electricity. Electricity is then transported to huge communication lines to a local utility company. How hydropower creates electricity. The water flows through the dam and turns the turbines to produce electricity, much like the current of electricity going through the circuit. Here you can see this is pretty much the basic castle program that we studied. Pros. Hydropower plants can store mass amounts of energy. Water can be released at any time for electricity to be used. Hydropower is much more economic than coal plants, and it is also 75% cheaper to produce. Hydropower is also less damaging to the atmosphere than most sources of energy, and here you can, this is a coal plant, it's releasing harmful smoke into the atmosphere. The cons. The amount of electricity can be varied depending on the water supply at a particular time, so if there isn't enough water at a particular time, electricity can go down. Dams also destroy river patterns and can be harmful to natural ecosystems in the area. And hydro plants also can affect water quality by mixing up the water, churning it. Hydropower, North Carolina. Hydropower used throughout North Carolina, but in Wake County there's only one. It's located on the Neuse River. This has been successful and could possibly be implemented more throughout the state. And here you have a picture of the Neuse River Dam, which we did our video at. On the national level, hydropower is used throughout the nation as a source of renewable energy. The top 5 hydropower producing states are Washington, Oregon, New York, California, and Montana. National hydropower. Hydropower has been a success and continues to be implemented. There are currently thousands of plants producing hydroelectricity in the country. This is the Hoover Dam located in the Colorado River. It's the most famous dam in the U.S. See, it's just absolutely massive. And that's it.